So while I was in New Jersey, I had to stop at this place called the Nerd Mall. So pretty much what this is really just a little bit of everything nerdy related. Where you have video games, you have comics, you have toys, you have board games, and just so much cool stuff, just all in one place. And I love how they have like a whole area where you just get to relax and play some games, and if you want to test out some board games and stuff, it's just a really fun place. So I just love everything that I saw there, and I can't wait to show you all the cool things that I found. So always such a throwback when you see these guidebooks right here. This one even has a Blockbuster image. Just so cool seeing this like throwback for Batman Dark Tomorrow, the official strategy guide. But then even this one for Devil May Cry. Just fantastic classic games from back in the day. I'm just seeing so many of these throwbacks. They have a bunch for, you know, these PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 games, all in this whole pile. Little Big Planet Karting, just a cute little unique game. True Crime, Streets of LA, and then even this throwback right here. We have Hot Shots Golf 4, the official strategy guide. So I have been on a Street Fighter 2 kick for a little while, but these are just so cool. Seeing these like G.I. Joe from back in the day, these crossovers for Street Fighter 2. Of course we have Ryu, we have Guile. Just so awesome. Usually you see some of the other ones, but I love this like G.I. Joe branding that they have on here. And then even the back here for Street Fighter 2. Just so cool. And then of course these even come with their weapons. They come with like this like dog tag, and it even says Street Fighter 2. Just so awesome. This like branding was on point, and all of these crossovers, just neat little items to add into the collection. So yes, of course I stumble into things that are like toy and video game crossovers, like these really awesome G.I. Joes. These are just so cool. Seeing these for Street Fighter 2, just a couple of the characters. And I really like how they took the time to like, you know, put everything together so you get to see all of the different weapons and all the extras that come with it. And they were super inexpensive, so I had to score both of these. But what really I enjoyed was seeing all of their different video games, and a lot of them were super reasonably priced. So I saw like some stuff complete in the box for like loose prices. It was just actually really cool to see. But this one right here was Nintendo Wii. I had to pick up Destroy All Humans Big Willy Unleashed. So this is one that I needed because I scored this cool bobblehead. So I was looking for this game, and I know this one just doesn't have the same charm as the first couple games that we used to play when it comes to Destroy All Humans. But still, I really enjoyed this back in the day. And I remember a friend having this. I briefly played it, and maybe now I'll get to enjoy it or maybe think it's like less charming. But definitely excited to score this with this bobblehead because I've been on a bobblehead kick, and I added some of these others. Right here it says, look for Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon, and the Crypto Bobblehead, Summer 2008. So this one came out first, and then of course we had the next one, but definitely awesome to add this into the collection and just go ahead and complete that. So I'm super pumped because that's a cool little bobblehead to add. So I saw this weird little thing. So back in the day, I remember having those awesome like worm lights for the Game Boy. But this right here is a blob light, and it really looks like a blob. So this is just so cool. Got like these weird little eyes on here. There's a light, and it just plugs right in. Just so weird, so neat, and definitely a cool piece to find at this awesome place. They actually had this one. This is one that I still needed, and it was super cheap too. Comes complete. This is the Fairly Odd Parents. Definitely a classic Nickelodeon show, one that I absolutely love. This is Shadow Showdown. Now this one is so much more fun than the first game, and I remember these back in the day. I don't know if I had them, my cousin had them, someone had them, but I remember pretty much any of the Nickelodeon games. I mean, most of the time we played like the Rugrats and things like that, and of course Jimmy Neutron, but this was still super awesome to see. Definitely neat to add this one into the collection. So it definitely improved upon the first game. It has these like new gameplay mechanics, different weapons, and they reworked those terrible camera views. I remember that being always something like crazy back in the day, but this is definitely a fun one to add into the collection, and it'll be a throwback. If I go back through and play some of these like Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, some of the Rugrats games, definitely fun to see this stuff. And GameCube, I feel like you just don't see as much at some of these stores, but I was on a roll with it and definitely excited for that. Now, I just always love the variety at these different places. It's really cool to see like a mix when places have like newer toys, they have those retro toys. They just have like so much when it comes to everything. And each time that you kind of walk around, you see something a little bit different. Something that you just didn't expect, and that's what happened with this. So I remember seeing this blob light like back in the day. I remember seeing like this cool packaging. I think I even have one somewhere in the collection, or maybe I thought I had one, like still sealed. But just seeing this for just a couple dollars, like you cannot beat that. This is like a blob, kind of like those worm lights, but this one is just so cool. And then I'll have to kind of like deck it out, and next time that I play, well, you know, one of my Game Boys or handhelds, I'll have to like see if this thing works. But this was really cool to like stumble upon. And it's at these places where you really just don't know what you're going to find and what like random oddities or things like that that they're actually going to have. But this was just a fun little visit, and I'm curious to see what they have next time that I stop on by. Sounds like a place where things are just changing quite often, and you never know what inventory they're going to get. So if you're ever near here, definitely want to check it out, because you never know what you might find. But I want to know, would you have picked up some of these items, and what did you see at this particular place? Did you like those guidebooks? Let me know in the comments down below, and of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos, and stay tuned for more.